Have you ever replayed a conversation from hours ago, days ago, or even years ago? Every word, every pause, every expression, turning it over and over in your mind. That's not just overthinking. That's your brain searching for safety. The mind doesn't replay conversations because it enjoys it. It does it because something felt unresolved. A tone of voice. A look someone gave you. A silence that stretched just a little too long. Today, we're breaking down why your brain replays conversations, what psychology says about it, and why some people experience it so much more intensely than others. This isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about understanding them. Let's start with the basics. The human brain is a prediction machine. Its primary job before anything else is to keep you safe. So it's constantly asking one fundamental question: am I safe? When a conversation feels uncertain, ambiguous, or just a little bit off, your brain flags it as an incomplete task. It's a loose end that needs to be tied up. In psychology, there's a concept that explains this perfectly: the Zeigarnik effect. This is our natural tendency to remember unfinished experiences far more vividly than completed ones. Think about it. When you finish a project, your brain archives it. But if you leave it half done, it stays right at the front of your mind, nagging you. A confusing conversation works the same way. Your mind isn't obsessing, it's trying to solve a puzzle. It's attempting to resolve something it couldn't fully process or understand in real time. It's searching for that missing piece of information that will finally allow it to mark the file as complete and move on. So what are the triggers? Words matter, of course. But what often matters more are the things we don't say. The nonverbal cues. A pause that feels just a second too long. A delayed response to a text message. A neutral expression when you expected a smile. These tiny, almost imperceptible signals can send our brains into high alert. Your brain is a masterful detective, constantly scanning the social environment for signs of threat or rejection. When it encounters ambiguity, like a flat tone or an unreadable expression, it can't find the clarity it needs. And when it can't find clarity, it defaults to assuming there might be a risk. So, what does it do? It replays the interaction over and over, like a detective reviewing security footage, searching for the clue it missed. It's looking for the one detail that will explain everything. This is also why this kind of thinking often gets worse at night. During the day, we're bombarded with distractions: work, chores, other people. But when the world goes quiet and you're lying in bed, your brain finally has the space it needs to run the loop. The distractions fade and the unresolved thoughts come to the forefront. It's not that the problem gets bigger at night. It's just that your mind finally has the uninterrupted time to work on it. Now, you might have noticed that not everyone gets caught in these thought loops in the same way. Some people can brush off an awkward interaction and forget it minutes later, while for others, it can linger for days. Psychology shows that the tendency to replay conversations is often much stronger in people who are highly empathetic, emotionally aware, and particularly sensitive to social cues. If this sounds like you, it means your brain is finely tuned to notice the subtleties of human interaction. You pick up on shifts in tone, microexpressions, and emotional undercurrents that others might miss completely. In many ways, this is a profound strength. It's what makes you a compassionate friend, an intuitive colleague, and a deeply caring person. But when this high-resolution social radar is combined with a fear of misunderstanding, a fear of conflict, or a fear of emotional rejection, that strength can turn inward and become a source of anxiety. Your mind isn't trying to control the situation. It's desperately seeking reassurance. It wants to know, are we okay? Am I safe in this connection? This pattern of replaying and analyzing isn't something you're necessarily born with. For many of us, it's a learned behavior rooted in our past experiences. It's a form of emotional conditioning. Think back to your upbringing. If, when you were growing up, making a mistake or saying the wrong thing led to some form of punishment, emotional withdrawal, or even just a parent's disappointment, your brain adapted. It learned that social missteps were dangerous. To protect you, your brain developed a preemptive strategy. Review every interaction, scan for potential problems, and try to fix them before they could escalate. This habit of mentally rehearsing and reviewing conversations became a survival mechanism. It wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a clever and adaptive form of protection. The problem is that this protective mechanism can become a trap when the original threat is no longer present. You might be in a safe, supportive environment now, but your brain is still running the old software, scanning for dangers that don't exist anymore. This is exactly why you can't just stop thinking about it. Telling someone who's caught in a thought loop to simply stop overthinking is like telling a smoke alarm to stop detecting smoke. It completely misses the point. The brain isn't malfunctioning, it's being hypervigilant. It believes there is a real fire to worry about. Trying to force the thoughts away or suppress them often just makes them louder. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. The moment you relax your grip, it shoots back up with even more force. The cycle of overthinking doesn't end by forcing your mind into silence. It begins to fade when your nervous system finally feels safe enough to stop constantly scanning for danger. And one of the most powerful ways to create that feeling of safety is through understanding. When you understand why your brain is doing what it's doing, that it's trying to protect you, not torment you, you stop seeing the thoughts as an enemy. Awareness reduces the intensity of the loop because understanding calms the brain's threat response. You can then approach the thought with curiosity instead of fear. So the next time you find yourself replaying a conversation, remember this: your mind isn't broken, it's vigilant. It's not trying to punish you. It's trying to protect you using a strategy it learned a long time ago. The moment you stop fighting the thoughts and instead meet them with understanding, they start to lose their urgency. You can gently acknowledge the worry, thank your brain for trying to keep you safe, and remind yourself that you are okay right now. Overthinking doesn't vanish overnight, but it begins to fade when clarity replaces fear. And that clarity, that self-compassion, is a skill you can learn and cultivate over time. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into how our minds work. See you in the next one.